So this is the Chanel 19 in the smallest size, which I believe is called a medium, in denim. And I'm super excited that I was able to get my hands on this one, right? So we'll first talk about the DNA of this bag, and then we'll talk about why I chose this particular size and material, and then I'll kind of go over how I'm planning on using this bag. Okay, so let's get to it. So Chanel 19 was created in 2019. I believe it's the last bag Karl Lagerfeld designed, right? And so originally came out in tweed and leather, I believe, goatskin, and since then they've been coming up with sequin, other tweeds, denim, and I think I've even seen shearling, right? So anyway, yeah. So let's talk about the DNA of the bag, right? So it has the signature chunky chain in the front. It's got the intricate CC turnlock, right? So and it's super slouchy, right? It's a super slouchy bag, and so yeah. So this was very different than what they've done in the past, right? And I believe this was a response to people saying that the jumbo double flap and the maxi double flap are super structured and kind of and heavy, right? So right now, as at the time of recording this video, the mini bag trend is in, so most people buy minis, smalls, or the medium large, right? The jumbo, the maxi, aside from the insane prices, they're not as popular. So I think this is an answer to that need, right? And that's one of the reasons why I did end up getting it, right? So yeah, so it's super slouchy. There's a turn lock in here, and it's just one compartment. Although it's silver brushed hardware, I was surprised to see that all the hardware inside is actually gold toned, which is fine because this is a mixed metal bag, right? So what I mean by that is the chains, right? The chains are not just one color, but it's of many colors. So it starts out here as brushed silver, then it goes to brushed gold, then it goes to shiny gold, then it goes back here to brushed gold again, back to brushed silver, and then back to shiny gold, right? And then let's give her a little twirl. So this is the front, this is the side, the back, and it has the magnetic button, right? And it's easy to slip a phone in here. That's usually how I use it, or parking tickets or whatever else you need. That's the side, and this is the bottom, okay? And so the chain up here is sewn in to the bag, right? This is, for some folks, this is a concern because they're worried that it may eventually end up ripping the bag, possibly, in time. So only time will tell. But in general, I don't overstuff my bag, so I'm not too concerned about it. And because this is a smaller size, I think it's going to have less issues with that. Let's now go into why did I purchase this bag, right? Especially this size and this material. This bag is more for me like an errands everyday bag, but they only got in this size, right? So I went into the store because I wanted to try it on, and I asked the SA to please bring out the large in a fabric so I can compare the two. So I think I spent a good 20 to 30 minutes trying on both bags, one on one arm, one on each arm, hand holding it, shoulder, putting on my shoulder, crossbodying it, right, to kind of see the difference. And I would flip one way and flip another way so I can see the difference, right? You could actually crossbody this size, but you can't crossbody the large size, which I did not know. So when you think about the Chanel 19, it's a slouchy bag, so you want the slouchy look. However, on my frame, the large size, the slouchiness, it didn't flatter, and then I knew that this was the perfect size for me. And why did I choose denim? Okay, as I said before, I think most popular is the lambskin or goatskin, right? However, for me personally, I don't feel comfortable buying it in leather because it's a squishy bag and non-structured bag. If you look at the leather bags on like Fashion File or Rebag or any of the pre-love sites, it starts to lose the structure here, and it just starts to sink and get really, really sad, right? And I just don't like that look. I understand that's how it's meant to be, that's how it's meant to age. I totally understand that, but it turns me off. Yeah, so the reason I got denim is I actually have, let me show you, let me reach for this one. I actually have the walk in denim. Okay, so this was the 20 summer collection, right? And when this came out, this was on the website, and when I saw it, I was like, whatever, right? Didn't excite me. And then I saw some photos online of somebody who was styling it, and I thought, wow. After I saw the styling, I could picture myself wearing it that way. It was awesome. And so that's when I reached out to my essay, and she sent me this one, right? And so you can see, they are both denim, but I find that they're different looks. This one has the gold, because until this collection, 22p, Chanel 19 was only available in the brush gold. So had the gold, and if you can see here, it has the quilting has some distressing, and then there's some wrinkling in the fabric. So I find this one to be a bit more statement-y because of the loudness of this. I think because this bag is small, all this loudness is okay. Especially when I'm wearing something really, really simple, like black. Sometimes I wear this actually with kind of like a blazer, something semi-formal or semi-dressy, right? And it really adds that pop. When I first got it, there was a part of me was like, do I like it? And the next day I'm like, I'm not sure if I like it. And then I'll wear it, I'm like, oh, I like it. And so I went back and forth for like a year. And now I do like it. But at the time I wasn't quite sure. And I'm happy I have it in my collection, because I do wear it, this is my most worn walk. This one, I find that it's not as loud, right? Because it doesn't have the distressing. The brushed silver hardware is less. So in the bigger size, I definitely prefer this. And that's one of the reasons I definitely knew that this was going to work, because I wear this one so much. The reason why I went for the walk at the time was because although Chanel 19 is not structured, the walk is actually really. So if the Chanel 19 structuredness, kind of bothers you, consider the walk. You get the look. Like when I first saw this online, I didn't know this was a walk. I thought it was a mini bag, right? So the way I prefer to hold it is actually top handle on both bags, right? So I'm gonna remove the chain here, right? So yeah, so my favorite way to hold it is like this. You can also do shoulder, you can do crossbody, but I find this so cute, I guess, right? Right? And so yeah, so before I got the Chanel 19 walk, I actually wasn't a walk person, but this really sold me on it. And so because I use this so much, I knew that I would be getting the use out of this bag, right? Yeah. So yeah, so again, it just really depends on what works for you. If you're into the leather, buy the leather. If you're into tweed, get the tweed. Yeah, just get whatever you think you will end up using the most for your lifestyle. Yeah, so just be careful, like if you're using your hand sanitizer, just be careful to make sure it's like fully dry before you touch this, because you don't want to get this hand sanitizer in here, because in time it may change the color, right? So just be careful of that, right? So yeah, so this is the smaller size, which is the medium. So let's do some size comparison, right? So I'm going to reach for my Chanel Classic flap. So as you can see, it's a similar in length. The Chanel 19 is a little bit taller. However, this is a double flap, so this is not going to fit as much as this, right? Regardless, it's a completely different look. I use them very differently. This is not a bag, especially lambskin, a bag that I would wear to the grocery store or running errands, right? That's not how I use my lambskin mediums, right? So they're totally different uses, right? Use cases, right? Alrighty, so now we're going to compare it to the Trendy CC Small. And they're pretty comparable. Aside from the handle, they look about the same height. And yeah, so you can see, I'm hoping this will help you with the size comparison, right? I am super, super excited to wear this. I've actually worn this already, right? I hope this video helped you decide whether or not you want a Chanel 19. If it did, leave me a comment. Let me know which size you got, what material you got, what color. Yeah, thanks for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!